Hi everyone, and welcome to Superhero Video for the Week. So, as some of you may have heard, those of you who follow the movie sphere and comic book news and things along those lines, Namor was originally, I think, with Universal for a while, after Marvel had to divvy up their properties, and they've done nothing with Namor at all. And recently, Marvel has acquired at least part of the character rights to Namor back, the Submariner. Now, I don't have it back 100%. I don't know the full-on story behind it. I mean, I've heard it, I've read it, but I don't remember anything off the top of my head specifically about it. But point is that it looks like Marvel will be getting Namor the Submariner back. Now, for the few of you probably clicking on this video who don't know who Namor is essentially the Marvel equivalent to Aquaman, except in many ways more badass and vicious. Because he's not only half Atlantean, half human. He's also a mutant, and he is a character who goes toe to toe with some of the strongest characters. Like, he'll go toe to toe with the Hulk when he's at maximum power, but his power fluctuates all depending how long he's been out of water, things along those lines. So it is varying, and technically, I won't say what I deduced for the who would win I did on Aquaman versus Namor, but you can check out the who would win section in the playlist section for that. Aquaman versus Namor, you can find that. The point is that, first off, does it look like Marvel's getting the rights back to Namor? Overall, in the long term of things, yes. Looks like they're going to get the rights back to Namor. But what does this mean for the overall Marvel Universe? Are we going to see him pop up, say, in the Phase 3 roster, or are we going to wait till Phase 4? Are we going to wait and see maybe if Marvel can get the Fantastic Four rights back? Because Namor does have a history with the Fantastic Four, though he was first introduced in a Black Panther storyline. So I'm pretty certain that's when he was first introduced. He has a history with Black Panther. So you could, assuming they did get him back, even though I don't think Black Panther doesn't come out next year. It comes out the following year. So they haven't started shooting yet. Assuming they get the rights back pretty soon, and they decide they want to put him, or at least introduce him in the Phase 3, Black Panther would seem like the sensible one in terms of the comic book lore. However, in terms of the overall, I might hold off on that, but question is, first off, let's just say, for sake of sakes, that he does show up in the Marvel Universe, they get him back. Let's say if it's in the Phase 3 lineup and they want to use him in the Phase 3 lineup. Well, as I said, Black Panther is the one that makes probably among the most sense. Thor Ragnarok makes no sense. There's no reason he'd show up in Spider-Man. There is no reason he'd show up in Guardians of the Galaxy. Anything that's cosmic-based, there's no reason for him to show up, and there's no purpose behind that. Honestly, the only one that makes any sort of legitimate sense is Black Panther in many regards, because of the history in the comics, and because it'd be a nice little nod to say, oh, hey, that guy right there, that's Submariner. Watch him maybe have one action sequence or something like that. And then have him show up again, kind of like the Hulk. Doesn't have to have his own standalone movie, but shows up for maybe one or two. Like, maybe he'll show up in the Miss Marvel movie. Hell, maybe he can be an antagonist in the Miss Marvel movie. Be a little odd, but it could still happen. And then, Infinity War happens, and he comes in and kind of fights Thanos, and Thanos, it's like, oh, you're actually pretty strong. Well, no, you're not. So, yeah, but I don't... Honestly, in Phase 3, assuming they're getting these rights back, like they don't have the rights to Spider-Man back, but they're allowed to use Spider-Man in the cinematic universe now. They got to deal with Sony, joint custody, all that fun stuff. It's going to be interesting to see who gets more of the profits when the actual standalone movie for Spider-Man comes out. It's done by Sony with Marvel having a lot of creative input and hearsay on it being based in their universe. So. Oh crap. Sorry, I realized something. I'm gonna have to wrap this video up pretty soon. Domino! Anyway. Yeah, there's a door open, and she got it. I didn't know the door was open when I brought her out, unfortunately. Anyway, I'll deal with that. She should be fine. Anyway, back on subject, back on point. Fuck. Phase 3, Spider-Man. I don't know how that joint deal is going to work with the solo movie. Marvel's getting most of, if not all, the money for Civil War, but I'm certain Sony gets a little bit of that change too. which is good because Sony needs that. Phase 4 is where I think if they get Namor back, he's really going to show up. Because Phase 4 is also the point where if they get Fantastic Four back, that's where they're going to show up as well. And I think that is where you're going to see them collaborate and combine ideas and stories. But he could very well get his own solo movie as well. I can guarantee you, it's not going to clash with Aquaman in terms of when they come out. It's going to clash with Aquaman, kind of how Darkseid and Thanos are going to clash with each other. Because Thanos was introduced first, though Darkseid came first. But when we see Darkseid eventually show up in the Justice League movie, he's... a lot of people are probably going to say, oh, that's kind of like the Thanos guy they got in Marvel or something like that. It's going to be the same with Submariner to Aquaman. They're kind of basically mirror images, carbon copies of each other in many regards. So, anyway, I do think it's good that Marvel continues to get a lot of the characters back. We'll just have to see how it plays out. Otherwise, it's good on them to keep. It's good to have those bolts in the chamber, not necessarily use them. Hello, Domino. That's a good girl coming back. And no, you're not coming back. Okay, Domino. Yeah, she's a dog. She does what she wants. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the Submariner Namor coming back to the DCU, hopefully. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Also, if you have an idea for when you'd like me to do, put that in the comments as well. I get to them. I do. I am going to be able to catch Warcraft tonight. Turns out that my theater, my Cinemark in the area, does have a later screen for Warcraft that's just regular. It's not 3D. So, good lucky for me on that. So, anyway, though, that's the plan for tonight. Hopefully Conjuring 2 will be tomorrow night, and then Now You See Me, I'll probably catch matinee on that on Tuesday. So, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you.